Guys, today we are going to talk about the fact that practice reveals the perfect. Please, practice reveals the perfect. I was sitting and I was busy working in flow, and I'm, moving and just listening as to where I'm being guided to go. And I was having this conversation the other day about the gap between you being there versus here. What is the difference? And usually that difference is the not knowing, the lack of clarity of what is there, and then how it's going to feel. Because then if you lack the clarity of what is available there, in your mind, you've already built into your conditioning from the fear that says you can only do to be perfect. So ultimately, what that is saying and translating to the young brain is that I'm not perfect. And then you add in religion, which for me, I feel the words might have been twisted from you were born a sin to you were born into sin. Because when you look at the word sin, sin simply means to miss the mark. And often when people are getting into relationships and are having kids, they miss the mark and the point of why is it that you are calling in this other human being into existence. There must be reverence for our parts and our roles in our lives, both for parent to child and child to parent, because the child comes born with new information and is the most clearest channel available for people to connect directly to source. It is one of the most human direct channels to source. But then what happens is the conditioning, and the conditioning of fear. But what that has come from is the sacred contract that you had as a soul with all the friends and the family members along the way, that I have chosen you to help me realize who I am not. I have chosen you, and we have agreed to come on earth in order for you to help me realize who I am not, so that I can know who I am. It's in the negative space, it's in the non-visible space that you really get to understand who you are. Let's say you are on your growth journey, and a certain trigger, you would have reacted in a certain way. But now through your healing journey, you choose to respond differently. And the fact that you are responding invites that freedom of choice to choose. Does this version of me serve who I say I am? And then we go into each version of who I say I am is an opportunity with each breath, with each conversation, with each interaction with myself, with the world around me, with nature, with everything that is in this existence and in my reality. So I always say that you are the one who came. I just want you to understand that. We have heard through time and time again, when the Big Bang that happened between your parents comes into, you come into existence out of all the sperm. Out of all the sperm that came, you were the one who was chosen to have and come into physical manifestation. So by the mere fact you're already perfectly chosen, Do you understand? I'm helping you just reframe your mind around worth and self-worth. Because in order to know love, you need to know what love is not. But because of our conditioning and our agreements, we chose to forget and then remember because we knew the power that we had. We knew that God is way too powerful to not grant us the ability to remember. So we have people across the path who are helping us remember. And this conversation is I'm just a perspective speaking on behalf of your higher self to remind you. Remember who you are. Your power exists within, but you have to tap into that. And you have to remember that through your conditioning and through your forgetfulness, that your conditioning was a test and a game to see how you would be able to play around decoding the messages. So I personally always say that life is in reverse, really. And like the Michelangelo, he saw the vision and he was so particular around carving it exactly how he had seen it and how it was gifted, because that idea came into physical manifestation. I want to go back to the part where I was talking about our conditioning. You know who you are by knowing who you are not. And we, through the forgetting, forgot that this was a game, and we became attached and identified to this identity and to the story that you are carrying, with all your emotions that are unexpressed, sitting in your body, waiting to be voiced, waiting to be healed, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard, and waiting to be acknowledged. It's like if you come to this message, you're guided here because you are really ready to see the beauty of why we exist. Our existence is a miracle. It's a freaking miracle to be here, to be able to have the capacity to open up your eyes, to say, my heart is calling for more. I definitely know that there's more, and I'm going to stay tethered to this more, because this more, as unlogical as it can be from time to time, it is the thing that makes the most sense. So I want you to start seeing your existence as magic, like the most magical thing alive, because you are perfect. And through going through practice, we talk about the tapas in yoga. It's part of the yamas and niyamas. And it's the discipline and the heat that comes through alchemizing the wounds, chipping at them, chipping at all that is not you away through the practice, so that when you practice, you are not practicing to be perfect. You are practicing to reveal your perfect. Like, I hope it sinks in. You are practicing to reveal your perfect. And your fear is a fragment of your imagination based off your conditioning that I want to remind you, you agreed before you came here on earth to be the one perfectly chosen to be able to heal the wounds of your parents and their parents and that generational cord that has tied you into this loop. You are the most magical thing alive. Repeat after me. I am the most magical thing alive. From an idea, you have come into physical manifestation. From the idea of your parents and God gifting that idea to your parents, suggesting that it was time for them to be able to have you, whether consciously or unconsciously. That idea came through so many different suggestions that was born between them, and you came. Perfect. Perfectly chosen for the perfect conditions, for everything is already perfect, but the practice and the discipline, those tapas, that heat that comes through alchemy, that's the hero's journey of going, I am revealing my perfect because I was perfectly chosen and perfectly made. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. And it's like my ancestors also just guiding me to just say that, sorry that you forgot. Forgive yourself that you forgot. Because that's the biggest pain, is that you forgot your magnificence. But I'm here to remind you. So it's all good, guys. Like, we good. Okay? Like, we really good. It is well. It is really, really well. And we can really start inviting playtime. I was walking at the park and talking, and as I was engaging in conversation, I was just like, the problem is that we have stripped away playtime, and adults are just kids in adult jumpsuits who are still stuck in the pain between the ages of 0 and before and 8, 12 maximum. But then they say no persons allowed over the age of 12. So it's basically saying that your playtime does not exist. So as we become adults and we need to learn how to reparent ourselves as well, we forget how to play. We forget our perfection. There's no wonder why when kids come, parents become so obsessed with this magical. They express that love when they start saying, I've never experienced a love like this. I can get it. I get that love where you just like, this is just the most miraculous thing alive. So we're going to start treating ourselves and each other like we are magic, because we feel like magic first, and then we bring about people who feel the magic too. Your perfectness is revealed to you through the practice. So I want to encourage you today that when you feel like you want to give up and you feel like, God, like, when is this going to end? This is going to be your journey for the rest of your life. And it doesn't have to end in suffering at all. You can learn to play. Because suffering is wanting to be there versus here. And when you're not suffering, you are just here. Self-soothing, self-nurturing, self-liking, and then loving. Loving what hasn't felt perfect. And just going, oh, that was so sweet. That was that version of me. No, you know, you can literally look at it from that perspective and just open yourself. So if you feel you'd like to work with me and you just want to play, because at this stage of my life, I'm on #play mode from now on. So my dream is to find clients who want to remember how to play again and be like, yo, we have been taking this so seriously. I can say, and I know I had to. I know I had to for my soul to really go, because I'm that sort of person where I'm either in or I'm out. And when I'm in, and I'll go through that hardship and I'll go through it. But then once I've gone through that hardship and I've figured out what I needed, this medicine, then it's done. Then I love living my life where I have no regrets. And I don't go, oh man, I should have done that. Man. I look at my life and I'm just like, wow, I did that. Wow. And I still made it alive. We are here, people. So if you want to have fun and you just want to have this playtime, and yes, through the journey, there's going to be tears, but there's just going to be these beautiful tears of remembering your magic, Simbikins. Remember your magic. So please do like, share, and subscribe if you want to join on the hashtag Let's Time to Play. It's time to play and bring back playtime, And when we bring back playtime, we give ourselves permission to just be like, I don't know in this next phase. Like, what the beep, beep, beep? I don't know. And we don't need to know everything, because we already have all the information we know from yesterday and today in order to give us some more information about tomorrow. So that's how it works. We work in the negative and we work in the unknown space, the darkness, okay? Where it's just like, what is going on? I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. And I'm going to play and practice to see my perfect revealed, because I deserve it. I deserve to have this magic in this lifetime. I deserve my magic. I deserve my magic. I deserve to experience all of my magic. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. I deserve all of my magic. So when you're going into this practice, remember, all it is doing is revealing your perfect honey bunny. It's just revealing your perfect. Just sending you so much love and hugs. And if you ever get to work in person, then it's just a nice tight squeeze. But if not, virtually hugging you from here. And yeah, just shifting perspective.